What's up, guys? Very important video. I want to talk about the importance of being in a surplus, of being in a bulking phase if you're a natural lifter, to optimize your gains, to optimize the muscle building process, all right? And this doesn't apply to beginners that just been training for 1 year. It can apply to you if you're training for 5 years, 8 years, even 10 years, all right? The beginner gains, for me, in my opinion, they would last up to 5 years for a lot of people, all right? But you got to understand, when you start to lift weight, you're a natural lifter, we have a window, all right? The window opportunity that a lot of people call beginner gains, but that will help us maximize our gains in the gym, all right? So this window, you gotta think that everything you're doing is time to the result that you will get, all right? So the results are boosted, so you're gonna get a lot more result than someone that's been doing it for 20 years, okay? Just think as it that way. Does it make sense for you to start being in a deficit, removing one of the most important factor that is anabolic to your body, which is eating, because you want to chase being lean and having that six-pack abs because you saw David Lave's picture, so now you want to be an influencer, so you're chasing six-pack abs after 1 year of training. You're 19 years old, you're setting yourself up for failure for later on. If you want to do it the right way, you gotta know that those first 2-3 years you gotta be a little bit higher body fat percentage, and we don't care about having a six-pack abs because we want to optimize the muscle what you're building. You think I built a lot of muscle in the last few years? No, I've been training for over 14 years, but most of the muscle mass I built was in the first 3 to 5 years because I was in a proper surplus as me. Other natural bodybuilders, all right, don't just listen to a guy, well, this YouTuber said you can gain. Is this YouTuber natural? What did he do? Go look back at all those people, what they say and how they did it. All right, a lot of natural lifters. Let's talk about Alpha Destiny, for example. Phil, PJ Coaching, GVS or GVS. I don't have the name of all of them in mind, but most of my friends that are fellow naturals, and I know for a fact that they built this naturally, I see the first 3 to 5 years. Look at Philip. Go watch his page. Go watch Alpha Destiny. First 3 to 5 years, they were a little bit bulked up. Yes, they were powerlifting. They were lifting heavy, but that was setting the foundation for them to be successful later on. All right. Arnold said it. When you're building, like, you gotta imagine like you're building a statue. You need first to bring the matter. You need to build it. You need to put everything, and then you refine it later on. But first, you need the foundation, and you cannot have that foundation if you're in a deficit trying to chase being lean. Okay, building muscle mass as a natural is slow. Okay, it's slow. So why are you making it slower for yourself to removing food and removing what's one of the most anabolic thing you can do to your body? All right, I took some notes. I'm gonna read them very fast. So those early years of a natural lifter, and it can go up to 8 years, all right? If you didn't maximize your beginner gains at the beginning, you can still maximize them. I do believe so. I do believe if the first year you messed it up, you can still maximize it, because once you combine proper training, lifting heavy weight, you're starting to train, all the hormonal change that's happening in your body with being in a surplus with proper food, man, that's the recipe of just being huge naturally. And you will not get fat overnight. You need to get a little bit fluffy in a way where you're not gonna see your six-pack abs, but it doesn't mean you're gonna get over 20% body fat. And I don't recommend that, because going too high on the body fat, guess what? Your testosterone level will start converting to estrogen. It's not optimal for your body to build muscle mass anymore. But what I want you to do is look in the mirror and start comparing. Okay, I'm looking a little bit like I have love handles. Maybe I'm gonna remove a little bit of peanut butter from every single meal. Simple as that, guys. Do the work for yourself, and then it will be a lot easier for you. Moving on, you need to accept that while you build muscle, it's gonna come with some fat gains. A lot of people send me pictures of well, not a lot of people anymore, but before, Julian. Oh, Julian, 19 years old. Or I'm not gonna name any fitness influencers because I don't want to get back into all the drama. But if you see someone that started training, gaining muscle mass, lean, not bulked up, just gaining muscles, no fat, that's where I'm like, that's a little bit suspicious, because everybody that I've seen were gaining muscles and gaining some fat at the same time. Because you're in a surplus, you're not gonna just gain muscles when you're bulking. There's no way. It's super hard for you to build muscle and lose fat at the same time if you're natural. Okay, it's like, I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's very hard. Okay, so and most people that I see, they bulk up a little bit when they put that mass on, and then they go through a cutting phase. You look at my pictures, you see me, I was bulked up, I was almost like a fridge, and then I had to cut down all that fluff. Okay, so that's why it takes you like maybe 10 years to have a decent, very good shape as a natural, because the first 3 to 5 years you're just building that foundation, and then you're refining, and then it's like it took me almost a year to do it properly, to really lean down. Okay, moving on. What I want to say is that yeah, most of your gains are gonna come from the first 3 to 5 years, guys. You're not gonna build a lot more muscle. Your muscle as a natural is gonna do this and then this. So that first 3 to 5 years, put every chance on your side by being in a surplus, by sleeping well, and by training well, and also maximizing your compound lifts. I'm gonna make another video about the importance of that, but this will also help you set up that solid foundation. Okay, what I wanted to say is that last thing, being lean year round, guys. I know we see all the fitness influencers, everybody want to be a fitness influencer, but for you to be a fitness influencer, if you don't have the muscle mass yet, you're chasing being shredded. It might be nice if you lean down and you're gonna take some pics and it's gonna look good on the abs and all, but you gotta understand that it's not good long term. It's not setting you up for success long term. Okay, that's very important thing to know. You gotta I want to compare it to an investment thing, but a lot of people, if they're watching this, maybe they're not still aware of investing. But you gotta set the, let's say you're building a tower. You want to make sure the foundation is solid, and then you can start building floor after floor, floor after floor. And when you set up the foundation, it's like when you are in your early years of training and you're bulking, you're lifting heavy, even if you're a little bit more on the surplus, but that's very anabolic for your body. And this is what building that foundation is. But if in the opposite, you are being in a deficit, doing a lot of cardio, you are stressing your body too much. All right, your body is not in an optimal state to build muscle or even burn fat. Okay, you're messing up your metabolism. And even though you might get some nice shots of having a six-pack, but you are diving yourself into a hole that is going to be very hard for you to come back from, because you're messing up your metabolism, losing muscle mass just for the sake of getting that nice angle of abs. So me, to get ready for my competition, I kind of went through that process where I was kind of starving myself and doing a lot of cardio, lost a lot of muscle mass. I had some shots where I looked insane, see the obliques and everything, but man, it's hard to come back from that and get back in this good cycle where you're building muscle, your metabolism is fired up, your body is absorbing all the carbs without you feeling bloated. Okay, the ones that understand will understand. And so don't be scared of putting a bit of body fat. If anything, start posting your lifts, okay, and get strong at the gym. Put a big t-shirt on and post your lifts. And you know what? I was getting better engagement when I was a bit higher on the body fat. It's crazy. I think a lot of people do enjoy that, and I feel like women love guys that have maybe 18% body fat. I was scrolling through Instagram yesterday and I saw a video of a guy that was almost 20% body fat, and he said, I work out but I wouldn't turn down pizza. And I go in the comments and women are like jumping at him. Man, being lean, it's just guys. Today I was walking, no shirt off. It's just guys. Yeah, you look good, bro. You look good. But women, I think they look at me with disgust. I don't know. So, and it's a strategic bulking. High quality food doesn't mean that you gotta start eating pizza and Dairy Queen and hot dogs. Okay? I still want you to track your macros. I don't want you to be in a 1,000 calorie surplus. 300 calorie surplus is all you need. Okay, is all you need. 300 to 500 calories. Small surplus will give you big change and will not overstress your body. The body reacts better. Less is more for everything. Less is more. Okay, so give your body a little bit of a surplus, and slowly but surely you can adjust and increase when needed. Okay, you're not gonna build more muscles if you go for 1,000 calorie surplus as opposed to 300 calories. And guys, you can always cut back later. You can always cut back later. But you cannot go back in time and bulk when you're 30 years old if you've never been through a proper bulk in your early 20s. Okay? Because, I don't know, it's just not the same, man. It's just not the same. When you're just starting, you need to go through that. I thank God that I did. Man, I used to look fat. Some people used to say, used to look at me and like seriously they wouldn't even believe my age. I was 18 but had like big forearms just like now. I was benching 2 plate like nothing. 18 years old, 10 reps, probably 2 plates. I did 3 plates also. I did 3 plates and a 5, I think, each side. Injured my shoulder, and then, anyways, got into, stopped doing a lot of powerlifting. But when I started, it was mostly powerlifting, eating a lot of food, and trying to just be as strong as possible. And if I could go back in time, honestly, I would do this. I would have done it again, and I would have not trying to be lean at all right? You can, and it will always look better on you once you're lean with muscle maturity. A lot of people try to be lean, but they have no muscle on, and they look like a billiardo stick. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this video. Just want to go to give a message to the young lifter. Don't be afraid of bulking. I know we on this social media era, and everybody wants to gain, and we want to look good for Instagram. But think about looking good 5-10 years from now. If you do the things properly now, feed your body, give your body what it needs, and you will be very satisfied long term. Okay, you see me now, I'm lean, but guess what? 10 years ago or 5 years ago, I was more on the heavier side. Okay, that's it for this video. If you find it enjoyable, leave a like, leave a comment. Man, I'm tired. It's almost 10 o'clock. I just wanted to make that video. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you soon. Ciao. By the way, go to my website if you want coaching, you want programs, you want to talk to me for 1 hour is 100 Canadian dollars. I mean, it's pretty reasonable, and we're gonna talk as much as you want. Probably gonna surpass the 1 hour, and you'll leave with a PDF and a plan. See you guys soon. Ciao.